So this is Suki. She's a miniature dachshund. She's currently 12 weeks old and she weighs a bit over 2 kilograms. And right now she seems so peaceful, but sometimes she's crazy. She has the little socks on her paws and she's always with her ears like this. She's so funny and I love her and would do anything for her. I just wanted to come here and share a bit about my experience with Suki these first 2 weeks. And honestly, puppies are no joke. They are a lot of work and it's a while to adapt both the family and her. She is very sweet. Since the first day she got right where she was supposed to potty, we put here those pads. Hey, psh, Suki. She's biting my flip-flops. From the first day, got right where she's supposed to pee. The number 2, it's still a work in progress. Now she's starting to get it right, but she still sometimes poops in other places that she's not supposed to. But in regards to that, our main problem is that she was eating it. So we had to go to the vet. So she recommended a powder to put on her food, and that's supposed to make her poop more bitter, and then she wouldn't want to eat it. But honestly, it's only now starting to work, almost a week and a half later. She still sometimes eats it when she's not being supervised. If we're in the room, she doesn't do it, but if she's alone, she still does it sometimes. It's not exactly something that is good for her, so it can be quite frustrating. On the first day, she slept on her bed next to our bed, and she slept the whole night. We were like, oh my god, this is perfect. She's an angel. She doesn't cry during the night. But that was fake news. Right, Suki? So from the second night forward, she started crying so much to go to sleep. When we were already laying on our bed, she would cry so much asking to come up, and it would take maybe like 15 to 20 minutes to calm her down and make her sleep on her bed. And in the middle of the night she would wake us up like around 3 or 4 and then wake us up again at 8 something. Let's just say that for the last 2 weeks we've been a bit sleep deprived. She's getting a bit better with it, but not exactly. She does sleep like most of the day, and she has like 2 peaks of energy, like one in the morning around 9:30ish, and she just goes crazy. She starts to run around the house and jumps on everything and barks and the whole shebang. And she also does that around 8 p.m., 9 p.m. But during the rest of the day, she's very calm. I'm gonna show you guys how she is right in this exact second. Let me turn around the camera. So this is her. She's currently like an angel. She has our house like a complete mess, but that's okay. Other than that, she's honestly so sweet. She likes to be with us all the time, and she's the cutest thing ever. I also wanted to share a bit about our decision on why we chose this specific breed and why we chose to not adopt and all of that. So just a disclaimer, I've had adopted dogs my entire life. All the dogs that I've had until her basically were adopted. I have 2 adopted dogs in Brazil that are with my mom, and they're only there because she didn't let me bring them because she's also very attached to them. And my last dog that I had was Olympia. She was a beagle that I adopted. She was 3 years old and she was obese, and she had so many behavior issues. She had so much trauma, and all of her trauma was a big issue for me because she would destroy absolutely the whole house. I have doors that are completely scratched. I can put here on the screen some images of the doors that I'm gonna have to find a way to fix it before I leave this apartment when the time comes. But she ran away twice, and on the second time we weren't able to find her, and after a few hours we received a call because she had the ID chip, and they informed us that she had been ran over. And that was one of the biggest heartbreaks that I had recently. I'm gonna get emotional. I only had 3 months with her, and these 3 months were the best, but also some of the hardest that I had since I moved to Portugal, because she was such a lovely dog. She was so funny, so charismatic. She had a lot of personality, but at the same time, she was very difficult to handle. I even hired someone to help with her behavior issues, but it wasn't enough, honestly. She was very scared of noises. She hated men. Honestly, she couldn't come close to men in general. I had to put her on a special diet because she was extremely overweight. She was a larger beagle, but even for her size, she was too heavy. She needed to lose like 10 kilograms, and that's a lot. And even losing 10 kilograms, she would still be a bit overweight, but that was the goal. So in those 3 months, I managed to get her down to 7.5 kilos. Like, she lost 7.5 kilos. We walked twice and sometimes 3 times a day, very long distances. So yeah, I had to really adapt my life around her so that she could spend enough energy to make sure she had a healthy diet and she was exercising enough for her health, and so that she wouldn't destroy my house that much. But she always did. No matter what I did, she would always destroy my house. If I left her for more than 5 minutes, she got extremely attached to me, so she had separation anxiety, and let's just say that it was complicated dealing with her, but I loved her to pieces. I took a long time to forgive myself. It took a long time for me to forgive myself about what happened to her, and it has passed now 2 years almost since it happened, and ever since she passed away, I've wanted to have another dog, but I knew it wasn't the right time, so I waited. And I've been living with my boyfriend now for almost a year, and then we decided now was the right time for us. And regarding to not wanting to adopt, there were a lot of factors. That doesn't necessarily mean I didn't want to adopt, but there were many things that made us not go this direction this time. And I just wanted to make a disclaimer that I'm 100% supportive of adoption. I love my adopted dogs in Brazil. I loved my beagle that I adopted here, but we have to be conscious that it's not only positive things. Most of the dogs come with a lot of trauma if they are not puppies, and that can be very complicated, but you just have to be prepared for it. It's not the end of the world. Like my dog Joey, he was adopted. We got him from the streets because I saw him being ran over by a motorcycle. So I rescued him, took him to the vet, and we weren't going to keep him because we already had another dog. But in the end, we decided to keep him because he was very sweet. And we were very lucky with him because he doesn't have like any major behavior issues, but it wasn't the same thing with Olympia, and that takes a lot of time, financial resources, and a lot of other things. I knew I wanted a puppy, and my boyfriend had some very specific requirements regarding having the dog because I was the one who wanted it, so we had to get to like a middle ground, and he didn't want a big dog. And when you go to these adoption places, most of the puppies that are there, they are going to be bigger, and we wanted one that was smaller. I was always looking for puppies that were going to be smaller, but in the region, all of the ones that I saw this whole year were big, were going to be like big, over 20 kilos, and that's just not what we were really looking for, and that we felt that would fit our lifestyle and all of that. So we decided on getting a winner dog. And when we decided that we wanted this specific breed, I started researching a lot about their behavior and personality and all of that. So I already knew what was coming and I can already say that she does have a lot of those characteristics that are typical of the breed. And then we had decided that we were going to get the dog more or less in the middle of the year, and I was looking for it like for maybe 2 months straight until we found Suki. When I saw Suki, I was like, oh my god, it has to be her. I sent a message to the person, arranged to go visit her, and after 3 weeks we picked her up. So yeah, from now on our vlogs will have a new participant. Suki is going to steal the show for sure. So we're really happy that our family has now grown and she is so loved and so cared for. And I forgot to say, but we already had a few people come here visit her, and she goes well with everyone. She loves everyone. She loves the pet, she loves all of our family members, she loved our friends, and she's honestly the best.